Out of billions of galaxies, trillions of planets, we haven't found a single confirmed intelligent civilization. No cities, no signals, no evidence that anyone, anywhere, made it past us. And that leaves us with two possibilities. Either we are the first ones to make it this far, or nobody ever does.
This podcast is a commentary and discussion show. All topics are based on publicly available information and are presented as opinion, satire, and conversation. Nothing discussed should be interpreted as absolute fact or professional advice. This is the Belligerent Broadcast Network.
What is going on, people of Earth? What is going on, Nick? Welcome back to the Belligerent Broadcast Network.
Here we are.
How's your week been, buddy?
It's been eventful, brother. It's been eventful for sure. Lots of change-ups.
More eventful than the news? Because there ain't shit going on other than the usual.
There's more shit going on in my life right now than the news. Pretty much everything in the news, everybody is just, it's roughly the same as it was last week. Bullshit. Bullshit. And some more.
Bullshit. The only interesting thing I came across this week was the thing with Kash Patel.
Yeah, that shit's wild for sure.
That was the Atlantic reported that he was MIA, not showing
and that's
up to
even
work,
weak.
that he's nothing but a drunk, that he was...
And that's even a weak story, as it is. Of course he's fucking hiding, dude. Like, come on, man. Everybody's off in their bunkers hiding at this point. And we're hiding in our bunker.
Well, I mean, he's all scared because Pam Bondi got fired and he thinks he's next. And I mean, rightfully so to be paranoid on that one because they haven't fulfilled anything. What happened to those Epstein files on December 19th, buddy? It's now fucking April 19th. We are 5 months late.
Let's be real.
Where's these perp walks, bitch?
They're not gonna. The Trump administration doesn't want to release all that.
I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck either. But that's the
files.
reason why they didn't release them is because they were told not to, and they're the blame.
Yeah, they're little sheep.
Yeah, they're pretty much. Not even just that. Yeah, but also the scapegoats.
Yeah, well, like his
it's their fault. It's not coming out. It's not because of Trump. It's not Trump's fault. Trump's not stopping anything. You know what I mean? It's got to be somebody's fault.
He's worried about the oil. Give me the oil. Oh, the oil.
I want the oil too. I'm fucking worried about it. And where's my goddamn South American oil, bro?
I'm tired of these.
I'm tired of this shit.
$4 a gallon gas prices is crazy. Only time I hate driving a V8 truck is when the gas prices are fucking insane.
Yeah, it's been
it's been
a bumpy
they're saying
road.
Kash Patel used the FBI's plane to go see his girlfriend, who's some country singer, perform at.
Who, T Swift?
I don't think she'd settle for Kash Patel's ass.
No, not at all. She's got the
she's got old football player,
yeah.
dude. But no, like he went to see some her country ass perform at some wrestling event, so probably a WrestleMania or something in Pennsylvania. He used the FBI's plane to go over to Italy for the men's hockey championship and was drinking beer with the team, congratulatory beers in the locker room. And there was another one he used for some kind of outing to Texas. It was like a hunting trip that he used the FBI's plane for.
How do you even get approval for that?
When you're the director of the FBI, do you need approval? You just say, no, I'm taking the fucking plane.
Yes. I would say, yeah, you still need approval because there's still a budget. You got accountants that are managing that budget, and you have your allowable uses for things. Like, yeah, I would assume that...
When was the last time that they passed an audit?
I'm going to tell you what, bro.
It's been like a decade since
agree.
Any of the agencies have passed an audit.
And listen, I agree with you, bro. The only thing is technically, yes, he's supposed to ask for these things. That's all my point is.
But
is
those
anybody
all sound
doing
like
that?
Personal trips to me. You should never get a personal trip on a company expense.
Exactly. And they would tell him, yeah, and rightfully so. They should tell him no when that shit is asked for. That's why he probably didn't ask. He was more like, it'll be easier to ask for forgiveness than permission. Obviously, it didn't work, but that was his thought.
So I guess now my big question with that is does it tie up FBI resources for actual investigations?
Oh yeah, bro.
Like, were there any investigations impeded by him taking this fucking plane and doing whatever the hell he was doing?
I'm sure they have such a long list of investigations they actually have to be a part of, that everything gets compartmentalized in different categories of importance.
Yeah, like need to know basis type shit. Well, it's the government for it.
Yeah, mostly, yeah. Priority list. Number one.
I couldn't fathom being in that much public eye right now with everything going on and still doing shit to put a target further on your back.
I mean, does he not make enough money?
I don't know what he gets paid.
I'm sure
He's
it's
gotta
like
get paid
a couple
something.
$100,000 a
Yeah,
year,
couple
bro.
$100,000
Has
a
to
year
be.
for sure.
You can fly anywhere with that for next to nothing.
Well, you can
you
really
gonna
do it when you got the FBI's jet.
you gonna juggle that?
I want to know how much the FBI director makes. $203,700 in 2024 was the salary.
Oh, and it's up at least 15% since then, I'm sure. Cost of living, dude. The director, bro. Oh, you got to account for his cost of living. Fuck everybody else, you know?
Records show previous directors and nominees, such as Kash Patel in 2025, reported substantial outside income of $2.6 million in the year prior to their nomination. Why don't you have your own jet, Patel? You got all this fucking money, but you don't have your own jet and can't afford to fly private to go see your girlfriend perform? You a punk ass little bitch.
This is why he has that money, though. You know what I mean? Because he's
Yeah, you don't get rich spending your own fucking money.
yeah, you spend everybody else's. Taxpayer money is a good one to spend. Because we got to pay them, and they got to spend it, so.
We go to jail for not paying our taxes, but they don't go to jail for using our taxpayer dollars irresponsibly.
No, because that's misuse of money. That's not tax evasion. It's a slap on the wrist when you're in that high of a position, you know?
Like to slap something on his forehead.
A little beef stick.
A mushroom stamp. Stop using my tax dollars, bitch. Got to beat him into submission.
Oh, God, dude. Yeah. Yeah, it's wild, bro. You know, I wish I had some taxpayer money to use, man. Even my own. I'll take that.
I got my Fed return yesterday.
Oh, my God.
And I filed my taxes last week, so...
Yeah, Fed came in quick. State's being a little wonky this year because Michigan's doing a whole overhaul of the way they run the taxes at the end of the year.
My shit's already been approved. I don't know what the hell yours holdup is, man. You didn't cross all your T's or dot all your I's.
It's quite possible.
Did you make a period too big at the end of a sentence?
I just use lines now.
You used a 14
I use like the underscore.
Instead of a 12?
I just use the underscore instead of periods now, so people don't think like this is the end. Like it's not goodbye forever, but I'm done.
It's all just one endless run-on sentence.
Yeah, pretty much. Fuck it, why not?
So you got anything else for us tonight? Episode 15, big episode 15.
Yeah,
it's crazy, man.
3 5s deep.
That's wild.
Yeah.
15 weeks of doing this is... I didn't think we'd even get this far, to be honest, but we're here.
That hurts.
I figured we'd have got bored with it. My ADHD and, you know, I figured we'd get bored with it. Honestly, the editing's still the hardest part of doing all this.
Yeah, I don't think I'm ever going to be a fan of editing. Not unless we, I don't think I'll ever be a fan of it, but it's a part of it, so we're here. Living that life.
It's kind of the fact that I have to listen to my own voice like 3
I know,
times
and then
I
try to listen to it on Spotify too or something, and it's like, man, fuck, it's like the 3rd time I'm hearing this shit. Like, fuck's sake. I hope you guys enjoy us, but yeah, when you hear yourself talk multiple times, you know, I sound different on here than I do in person. That's for sure. Well, in my head, so I got to hear the worst part of my voice.
Yeah, no matter what, how you speak on a mic or to a person, we can never fully hear how somebody else hears us.
It's fucking
one
crazy.
Of those weird paradoxes in life. So at the time of recording, we're now being listened to in 20 countries, my friend.
20 countries.
Ukraine, South Africa, Morocco, Mexico, Ecuador, Iraq, Jordan, Bangladesh, Brazil, Botswana, Ireland, Russia, India, Colombia, Uganda, France, the Netherlands, South Korea, Vietnam, and the U.S. That is a laundry list. We have gone global. Like, I thought it was crazy when we hit 7 countries.
Yeah, we're getting higher.
And then last week when we uploaded the episode, was it 14? We were at 13. So in a week, we gained 7 more
I wonder
countries.
if people
That's
just like our
awesome.
banter, bro. We're just talking shit about things or like going back and forth about, I don't know, because we go from real life news and like, what do we do with this as a society, you know? And then we go to,
Well, I mean,
did this shit even happen? You know what I
we
mean?
hit number 8 for last month on Good Pods for comedic fiction. So they got to be liking the...
Comedic fiction, though, is
They
like,
gotta be liking
I
the
saw
stuff we're
that, but
talking
I'm like,
about.
I don't know how I even feel about that. Like, comedic fiction, like, yeah, we're funny, But
Well, I mean,
a lot of this isn't even fake, bro. Like, we've been talking about everything we've said is pretty much...
and that's probably why we have so many listeners in so many different countries now, is because we are talking about real topics that maybe they're looking for an outside point of view like we do. Like, I listen to outside sources of news from outside this country to get my points of view on stuff and to see what's really going on, because I know the U.S. media is not going to report on it. I wonder if they feel the same way about their countries.
We know who owns the media, so...
It does
rich
always
people
seem to go back to the same section of rich. It's not just rich people.
Yes, I can't keep saying it. I have a tank show up in my
the
house in the middle of the night.
of the rich people.
Yo, look, I saw this video. Funny, dude. What happens when you start talking about that certain group of people owning the media and this and that, and then you see on your Ring camera a tank pulling up to your house in the middle of the night? Yeah.
I don't even think you'll see a tank. You'll just see fucking green glowing eyes coming at you through all your windows and shit.
Or you won't see shit and just, oh, fucking house fire. Just a blade hit the house. Oh, yeah.
Tomahawk
my bad.
missile to the
My
house.
bad. That was a little 9/11-y, but yeah, pretty much. I'm not saying they had anything to do with that. But,
The guy who owned its last name was Silverstein. I mean, that should say enough.
yeah, I mean...
But that's none of my business.
You can't make this shit up, though.
You probably could.
You'd be using facts, though, no matter what. Even like Lord of the Rings, bro, uses facts, dude. Like, that dude fought in World War I. Do you know that?
No, you can't make this shit up. But the shit that's made up is what people tend to believe. They aren't believing the facts. You put facts in front of them about, let's go, for instance, 9/11.
Well, what's a fact to you?
Inside job. Controlled demolition.
I'll get that.
The fact that
I'm
the
with you on
U.S.
that,
government,
but
years after the quote-unquote investigation was closed, they opened up pathways for lawsuits to sue the Saudi nationals, like the victims of 9/11, to sue the Saudi nationals.
it's all a game.
The Saudis had nothing to do with it.
Not a thing. Why would they? We're paying them a fuckload of money
And
for
if the
oil.
Saudis had anything to do with it, why aren't we in Saudi Arabia at war? Why we were in Iraq?
Because we're boys, dog. We're boys.
And you want to talk about them being boys, what just happened with Saudi Arabia? They just gave us like $11 trillion to invest in ammunition and to get ammo supplies and shit over to the boys over fighting Iran. So the king of Saudi just backed the U.S. hardcore economically.
Well, because they're getting bombed by Iran. Iran's like, fuck everybody around here. I'm hitting everybody.
I know.
That's what happens. You start being retarded, and you get retard reactions.
No, like we talked about before, we're going to stop bombing you, and then a half hour later send another round of drones out. It's fucked.
'Tis the way, brother. 'Tis the way.
They say all is fair in love and war. So I'm trying to figure out if Trump and Iran want to get a room, or if they actually want to fight each other.
Yeah,
At this point, they're dancing like they just want to get a room.
that statement makes sense if we're actually doing something, but when we're doing this dance around of being at war, not being at war, a bunch of fuck around shit.
He's still got to be running out on his days for this special military operation. You're only limited to like 60 days.
I thought it was passed already, bro. Or is this week? I don't know, but the ceasefire is going to end on Wednesday, and we're going back to bombing the fuck out of them again, so. I mean, look, you're going to tell me that we just blocked the entire thing and we're not going to keep bombing these motherfuckers? We're definitely going hard on it, dude. This is not over.
So I don't think we actually blocked Iran. What we did, we didn't block the strait. We blocked all the ports around the strait for Iran, so no ships can get in or out of their ports. We didn't block the actual strait itself.
No, like the whole channel, though, is what I was reading. I could be wrong. I mean, obviously.
So the 60-day mark is approximately April 29th. So we have 10 days.
So we're bombing the shit out of him.
We have 10 days left before he needs congressional approval to continue. Or then it's going to be a 30-day countdown on full withdrawal.
Here's the thing. You think they're going to tell him no at this point? We've already sunk, I don't know how many billions of dollars into this. Like, who's going to say no now? We got to finish the job.
What is finishing the job? Nobody seems to be able to know what finishing the job is. Are we shaking that bitch up like an Etch-a-Sketch and sending them back to factory
I
reset?
thought we were already doing that.
Are we turning that bitch into glass? Or are we fucking going to come to a goddamn ceasefire agreement? They need to make up their mind.
They're not going to come to an agreement, and I'll give everybody a quick rundown of why. Both sides only want things that the other side doesn't agree with. we want them to do shit. They're not willing to do that shit, and they want shit we're not willing to do. Like with the uranium, like they are unwilling to listen about that, right? Also, Iran wants to control the strait permanently and be recognized as the one that controls that strait, right? Obviously, we're not going to let them. Nobody's going to let them do that. So,
Oh, it's fucked, as they weren't even controlling it before.
Bro,
The
Lloyd's,
I
I know.
of London was controlling it with the fucking insurance on the tankers. UK had control of it. And they wouldn't even have any of the uranium if it wasn't for us. Under the deal Obama had, we were subsidizing their uranium. So all the uranium they have, we fucking paid for. Taxpayers.
Well, that goes in another thing. So when we get a Democratic president back, are they just going to do the same shit over again?
Well, there was words that Obama was trying to undermine Trump and work a deal behind the scenes.
He's not in charge. He doesn't do anything anymore.
Doesn't mean he doesn't have strings to pull.
I can agree with that. But
if he's trying to go through and have the U.S. taxpayers under the black budget drop another $77 million a week by plane over there.
You ever been in a job place where the owner and your manager literally tell you two different things?
Yes.
That's what this is.
I work with it day to day.
Does it work well?
No, I'll be honest. Work is so much more enjoyable
When
the
everybody
C-suite's
shuts the
out of office.
fuck up. Yeah.
If the C-suite's gone for 2 weeks, my shop runs flawlessly, seamlessly. Everything like a
'cause
fucking clock,
they
man.
got too many questions, too many fucking opinions about things. That's the problem. It's like what do they hire you for if you're not going to use your expertise? You know, I dealt with the same shit, dude.
Precisely. I'm the guy running the floor in
Like-
my department.
Like a specific.
Let me run my floor the way it needs to run. We're a well-oiled machine and an impenetrable steel ball when it comes down to it. Until the C-suite comes in and starts going, oh, hey, yeah, we told you we need these parts by Tuesday at 7 a.m., but now we need these parts by Monday at 6 p.m. Make it happen. That shit don't work that way. See, like in my industry, my shop floor is a cruise ship or a big giant oil tanker. Let's go with oil tanker for topics.
For aesthetics at this point, yeah, 100%.
So you load us up, fully weighted down, and we take a long time to get up to cruising speed. It takes us, 6 hours to get the blueprints made and the 3D CAD models put in, another 4 hours to set the blocks
Then
up,
you got to stop at the Strait of Hormuz.
and then another 2 hours to fucking get the programming done on my side for tool pathing before we're actually full speed up and running. It takes the same amount to slow down. We can't just stop and turn on a dime like a goddamn cigarette boat. No, we have to come to a stop gradually and slowly to make that turn safely. I can't just rip shit out of a machine and slap something back in it and have it up and running in 10 minutes. That's hours of me pulling something out, putting something back in, and getting it aligned to run properly in the program. They want me to move like I'm a fucking drug dealer on a narco boat,
Listen.
hauling ass through the Caribbean, dodging fucking Tomahawk missiles coming from Trump. And
You
that
know the
shit don't
motto?
work.
More, better, faster, every time.
More, better, faster, cheaper is how all these people want it, and it just don't happen.
Especially the cheaper part. You can't short everything. I mean, you can cut some corners.
My paycheck ain't getting no bigger. So it's getting cheaper. Everything, they're getting paid more for it. So it's getting more expensive to the customers. But it ain't costing them anymore because my wages ain't going up. Which is the exact reason that this country has a problem with trying to bring manufacturing back here. We got no workforce. We got no guys to go out there and actually make the shit happen and make it buildable on an industrial scale in this country. That skill set has left.
I would say almost, honestly, even the pay don't even match reality sometimes. I mean, you have a good job. You have a decent job, kind of, on that aspect, comparatively to most people.
Yes, but
So,
me specifically aside, because I know my guys on the floor aren't making what they should be. It's not so much that the management or the middle management on an industrial and a manufacturing space aren't making the money. It's the guys on the floor that aren't making the money. When I got carpenters making fucking 40 plus, when I got fucking HVAC guys at 22, 23 years old making $40 plus an hour with paid for benefits by a company. When I got, the carpenters union, you got carpenters in there swinging hammers making bank, plumbers making bank. Just the manufacturing industry itself has not kept up because we've shipped everything overseas or down to Mexico. for pennies on the dollar.
And then they try to bring it back for
what
less.
It's going to cost making here. Yeah.
100%. I agree with that.
And like the first term, when Trump had all those tariffs in place, where it was really just tariffs on raw materials. You remember that?
Yeah.
So the shop I was working at then, which is different from the one I'm at now, we were working 60, 70 hours a week just banging through shit because it was cheaper for foreign manufacturers to build a plant here, put the manufacturing in over here and sell their shit here than it was for them to import it. When Biden went into office, that shit went out the window. They pulled all the orders off the floor, and we went from working 60, 70 hours a week to barely getting 40 because all the contracts were just gone. The shit can't happen. We got to fix it.
You know, in all honesty, too, it's hard to even imagine how anybody thinks the economy is going to work when the shit's shifting like that. Like, could you imagine? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, when you're on the floor, like, yeah, we got all this work to do. All this shit lined up. We got the guys for it. Now, all of a sudden, we got to fire people, and we all lose hours because we don't have enough work to do anymore.
Well, there's even more past that.
The bounce back and forth is just insane.
Not to mention the tens of thousands of dollars worth of raw materials, the raw stock that we brought onto the floor when this job hit the floor. That's now, once they pulled the contract, we had to eat the cost of it.
Can't they resell it?
Not really. Not in the manufacturing space. Once you have the material in your building, it's basically yours. There's not much resell on it because it costs more to have somebody come in and put it back on a truck, take it back. You pay the restock fees and everything else. And then there's some companies that don't even take the material back because there's no promise that on this 12-inch wide plate of aluminum that's 24 feet long, did you set something on top of it or nick it at all where it screwed the finish of it or it screwed the overall presentation of the piece.
That's fair for sure. I mean,
I know I've seen it firsthand where we had a contract in for multi-millions of dollars. And halfway through the contract, these tariffs lifted. They pulled the contract, and we were sitting on 2 racks of fucking steel and aluminum for parts that we couldn't do anything with. It was a huge hit to the company. And yeah, eventually you might come through jobs where you're going to use that stock that's just sitting on there, and you can bill it out.
But until then.
But in the short term,
yeah,
the 12 months to 2 year space,
yeah.
You're eating that fucking cost.
It's crazy, too. And that hurts.
And then, like, this time of year, come tax time. Well, we're a little past it now. Hope all y'all got your taxes done.
We're like 4 days past
4
that,
days
sir.
past it with that extension. When it comes tax time for all these manufacturing companies, any stock that is on their floor, they have to pay taxes on. Like, that's a taxable asset that you have in your business, is all the material on your floor. So instead of, okay, we fulfilled this contract, so now we only have 12 bars of 24-foot long 2x2
They're paying
steel
taxes on the actual material
on
they
the
have
material
in the place?
itself sitting there because it's billable.
What? Every year?
Every year. So when you're coming in...
Because it raises the property value or something, so they have more taxable income for the property?
It raises the valuation of the company because it's an asset held within the company's walls.
Okay, yeah, so that's what I was asking. I just wanted to clarify. Yeah, 100%.
It's a billable asset. Is how it's categorized in taxes. So most manufacturing places from like January to the end of March, they're very skimpy on what they bring in. They'll only order the material they absolutely need to finish a job. So that way,
so they
come
can run
tax
all this
time,
shit down and
there's
be cheaper.
nothing there.
Yeah.
There's nothing there to tax.
I get it to a point. You know, I mean, that's...
Play the game.
It's all a game, bro.
You got to play the game, but on the same hand, if you're banging busy that first quarter of the year and you got a bunch of material sitting on your shelf and then all of a sudden, hey, these taxes are gone and you're sitting on a fuck ton of material, you could close down a company just with the tax bill. You could close down a small shop with that tax bill of material right there.
It seems like a detrimental way to run things. Or the way they have it for the taxing is kind of crazy.
Well, and there's so many industries that run on such slim margins that, and people don't realize it. Like the average person who doesn't run a business doesn't realize how slim the margins are on some of these companies.
Like cannabis.
Fucking certain manufacturing.
100%.
Believe it or not, gas stations. And on the other hand of this, the real luxury side.
Most of that money's tax and import costs at this point. We were gas stations.
Yeah. Watches and jewelry. Most watch and jewelry stores are running 5 to 7% margins after paying people, overhead, rent, insurance, stocking
Yeah,
pieces.
it's not shit, dude. It's not shit.
It's fucking crazy. What's a profitable business at this point?
I guess if you make 5%, you're good.
That's not even covering inflation most years, though.
Nope.
And then the government wants to come in and tax wealthy people more. Well, let's put a 5% tax in on all the wealthy people that are making just a little bit more. That 5%, you're taking their margins away.
This is why business owners literally take advantage of that stuff. You know what I mean? Like, put food on their card for the company, stuff like that. You know, just anything they can write off for the company. Yeah, funny thing about that is there's actually a game where you can, like, simple game, but you can, like, run the country or whatever, and you choose the taxes you want to do, the policies you want to go for, etc. Deep breath.
Sounds like Civilizations.
Well, I mean, there's that too, but this game is more focused on just literally political policies, stuff like that. So, like, okay, so, for instance, you want to spend your money on, you want to raise taxes, you piss people off, you have all these other problems going on, or, like, you lower taxes, you get more business, etc. But, like, yeah, when you raise the taxes too high, all the people with money that are paying taxes leave. It happens every single time.
Do you hear that, New York and Mom Donnie?
God, dude. Yeah, that place is...
That's going to be a third world state in a real quick
I'm just going to be
man.
honest, bro. Like, I didn't think in our lifetime we'd see New York fall as the financial capital of the world, but...
I never thought we would have full-out socialists in public offices in my lifetime.
I mean, even a capitalist society is half socialist, bro. Depending which one you're in. Because we offer a lot of socialist things. I mean, you got Medicaid, I mean, it's not like, the problem is it's an in-between. I'm not a socialist, but, like, it's an in-between with what it is. So when you half-ass do shit, you know how it is when you half-ass things, you get half-ass results. And that's what they've done with all of it. They half-ass socialize things in a capitalist environment, and it gets taken advantage of by the capitalists. All the things that they are trying to do to help people don't even work because it's half-assed.
Yeah, but these socialist programs are also the ones all being abused by fraudsters.
Exactly.
Because
it's
no
all
politician that wants to remain a politician is going to go in and fucking investigate and touch these programs because they're quote-unquote for the greater good of the society, even though they're being fraudulently fucking...
They're getting cut a check.
Raped, dude.
When you get paid to do something, you do it.
I know. And see, how I am with socialism and communism and capitalism... Communism works on a family scale within my household, within your household. Communism works. What you say goes. You're the head of house. You're the rule of law in your own household. What you say goes, and you're going to make the decisions that are the best for your family. Now, if you move that scale outward from communism on a household scale, on a family standpoint, to the community, you can no longer be communistic in a community and have it work. One person being the central point of power, like a patriarchy, doesn't work on a community scale. It works on a family scale. On that community scale, you have to go to socialism, where you want what's best for the community. You want a strong local community around your impenetrable family that is communism. If you go up from the community standpoint to a state or federal level, socialism doesn't work because of human greed, which is what we're seeing. We see the fucking greed taking over, and we're not even socialists there.
The human greed, I feel like, takes over even from a community level.
It can?
Even in our city here. Like, I mean, you don't think any of these guys are pocketing money?
Oh, no, I know.
Like 100%.
I do.
But it actually goes back to the point, too, with it being like with it being kind of half-assed. Like, everybody's just kind of... the idea of this country was that communities would take care of themselves. And I feel like that corruption has moved up from there all the way to the top.
Well, and see, where I'm seeing with current issues is we've taken so much power from the states. Like, now, everybody votes for the House of Representatives. Everybody votes for the Senate. Everybody votes for the president. Initially, when the country was made, formed, founded, however you want to say it, the states are the ones that elected the Senate. That was a state choice. That wasn't a popular vote choice. The popular vote was meant for the House. That's why it's called the House. That's where the popular vote was. The people voted for the House. The state electoral cabinet voted for the Senate. That was your state powers at the federal level and your state representation at the federal level. And then all of it, because we have a general vote for the executive branch, as well as an electoral cabinet vote for the executive branch. The states and the people vote for the president. We've lost, like, that line between federal and state powers has become so smeared and blurred that there is no distinguishing the two.
Here's the thing with that too, man, because like I firmly believe that as a country we have to be on the same page. So
I don't, because that's how we got 35% of the states agreed to something and we ratified it nationally. I don't give a fuck if the 15% agree to it. If the majority agrees to this, make it a federal law. Legalization of weed, for instance. Over 35% of the country, or the states in the country, have a medical program,
I can agree
or
with
it's decriminalized. Why is it not decriminalized on the federal level when the original wording in federal policies
because
was 35% of the states to have it ratified?
Because of I really firmly think that. Well, here's the thing. When I say that, it's because if we're all one country, I think everybody should be on somewhat of the same page with certain things. You know what I mean? Like, you got, number one, the military. We have to have something.
See, and that's a national government, in my point of view, should protect all of its citizens within its national borders from outside
That's the main
threats.
job.
That is the main job. Is they control the military, they control immigration and open border policies.
But then that goes into the problem with the states. If you think about it, because all the states...
We have an amendment for that.
Here's the thing with the... Well, yeah, what do you mean?
There's an amendment in the Constitution for, I believe it's the 26th. Let me double check. There's an amendment that protects interstate travel. That's in the Constitution.
Oh, not even travel I'm talking about, but I guess that's part of my problem is I like the idea that they had for this country, but all the states are all the states are doing their own thing and there's no basis, then the people that come out of those states are going to be completely different. It'll be like living in different countries.
So I stand corrected. It was the 14th Amendment that protected interstate travel and commerce. Well, and it's with these amendments that if all the states had their own power entirely, which they had during the 13 colony days, is then you end up with every state trying to make its own fucking money. Every state ends up with its own fucking currency.
That's one of my points too. Yeah, that shit gets weird because how do you even work with that?
Well, they made it work before. Conversion houses, the same way we do with foreign currency, but as a one nation, fuck the statehood with that aspect. One nation, we should have one federal currency, just like the EU. They don't have multiple currencies, they have the euro.
Yeah, and I agree with that. I do agree with that part.
So when it comes to interstate travel, I think we should be able to allow that. And the federal government has put its foot down. 14th Amendment, we allow that. You don't need a passport to go from here to Ohio. You don't need a visa to go from here to Texas. I couldn't imagine. That would be so annoying.
I wouldn't even know what to do. Like, stay in
like,
Michigan
what do you
forever?
mean? I'm going to do business in Pennsylvania, and I now have to have a business visa and a work permit to go to Pennsylvania to get paid in Pennsylvania currency. That's worth half of what my currency is in Michigan.
You get a 5-day visa.
Yeah, 24 hour.
24
hour.
24 hour make you holla.
So, like, I agree in a strong but small central government for the federal level, but that's mainly for managing things outside of the country.
Well, foreign policy,
like
national
they
protection,
overextended when they
money.
put a federal income tax in. They overextended with this abortion rights thing. Leave that to the states. And don't make it punishable if somebody wants to leave state to go get an abortion. That's fucking stupid.
I think a lot of that.
That's like punishing me for going and smoking some weed in Amsterdam and then coming back to the state.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's how I see the abortion penalties, and I think it's fucking
and
stupid.
I think that's where I'm coming from is. Like, I think, well, number one, I'm not really a pro-life kind of person, you know? Like, I'd love to say everybody, you know, but you should have the choice to do that kind of stuff. But anyway, besides that, I think it's kind of silly to have it state by state for something like that. So in these kind of this is one of the aspects I'm talking about that are like, I don't agree with the state by state laws because it makes shit confusing. Like, not every, and you know, let's go further into it. Not everybody can just move from state to state because number one, like, shit, nobody's making any fucking money right now.
What if you don't got to move? Take a weekend trip. You want an
it still
abortion,
costs
it's
money.
not legal here in Michigan,
Still
but it's
costs
illegal
money.
in Indiana. So hop a flight, go get it done in Indiana for a weekend, come back afterward. Yeah, it's going to cost you
I
some money.
find it-
Everything in life costs you money.
It does, but I
You
find
want
that
that
shit
first
kind of
spot
crazy.
at the grocery store and that handicap spot? Pay the $250 ticket and you can have that spot. If it's only punishable by a fine, it's just a fee on the poor. It's a tax on the poor. That's all it is. So yeah, the abortion laws, if they go state by state, where some states outlaw it, some states don't, either make the choice to live in a state where they allow it if that's your choice of lifestyle, travel there to go get it done if that's your choice of lifestyle, and just accept that it's a tax on the poor. It's not right, but it is what it is.
This is where I will disagree with you on this for sure, because I really feel like all living in the same country, we should have some of the same basic rights. I mean, I'm not going to argue for abortion or against it right now, but it was just an example of basic human rights and stuff that should be accessible everywhere. If you're in a country that says it's okay, you should be able to be there. And it was okay here for a while. But then it
was never a right.
No, but then it got put up to the states, and then everything got weird. So now you got
so take the rights out of it.
Okay, so like, listen, the states that have no abortion laws, even when you're raped, you can't get an abortion.
See, and okay, let me clarify on air here. I am pro do what the fuck you want. You want to go out and be a whore and have an abortion every other week because you like it raw and can't tell a dude no to nothing in you? Do your fucking thing, sweetheart.
Oh my fucking god!
If you're sexually
this
assaulted,
shit's raw tonight, fam.
Or there's incest, or there's risk to you or the baby, like detrimental risk, shit's gonna go wrong. You have the need to do what you feel right to handle that situation. If you don't think you're capable of raising a potentially mentally handicapped or physically handicapped baby from the jump, make the decision you feel fit for your life. Make the decision.
100%.
I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not telling you what not to do. It's your body, your choice, your religion, your choice, your argument. I'm pro do what the fuck you want. I don't care. I don't have a uterus.
And I'm pro small government.
I would never tell a girl I was with and was having a baby by to go get an abortion. If we knew
you wouldn't get the choice.
If we knew the baby was gonna come out fucked up, that's the universe's plan for me. They're not gonna give me. The universe isn't gonna give me something that I'm not gonna be able to handle. So be it. But if she said, no, I don't think we can handle this, I don't want to do that, I'm not going to tell her, no, don't do it. Her body, her choice. Go do your thing. And I will support her decision either way. That's my personal view. And I know a lot of people don't share that view, and I'm sure we're going to catch some flack for what we both said on this episode involving them.
Yeah, I mean, we seem to have somewhat opposite views, I think. So, but it's fine, though, because we get along. Not everybody has to agree.
You said the same thing I said. Make your choice. Well, it's pro your choice.
Your
we don't
choice,
have the uterus, so it's not our choice. That's our stance. That's where we are.
I will argue with you on that, though. I don't think it's fair that the dads don't get the choice at all. Not to say that they should be able to make the choice finally, but like there should be some kind of way to have an agreement.
So that's where you go into a respectful and responsible relationship. That is a fight between two people individually. Nobody else. No outside family. No fucking insurance agents, no fucking lawyers, no nothing. That is a fight for a couple to have on their own.
Which, if people had the right to choose in every state because the government, the nation as a whole agrees on certain laws, like I guess this is my point though. Like, yeah, everybody should have the choice to do things. I don't think state by state works for all this stuff. I think for things like, I don't know, like, money for road work or money for hospitals, stuff like
tax money. You're thinking specifically tax money versus rights and privileges and
I'm thinking
policies.
both. I'm thinking both, but
okay. So
you're
let's bring this to something we both. Let's hop from the dark and gloomy topic. Of
no, right?
That's
like
not
that's
what we
such
were
a
going for.
Conversation,
it's a hard
man.
conversation, but the
for
hard
two dudes
conversations need to be had.
Yeah.
We need to have a woman on to discuss this and get a woman's perspective in the conversation at the same time. We're not trying to be
I would agree.
sexist or ignorant. We'd like to be educated further on a topic from another perspective.
It's the only way you learn. If you think you know everything, you don't learn a fucking thing.
So interstate policy, another one that I cannot agree with and I have problems with is this fucking gun policy.
Oh my God.
Why is the CPL good in one state but not in another? I've already passed the federal standard background check.
And so that's actually where my point is, though. Something like that. That's exactly. If the country allows it, you can bear arms. Why would it be different? I mean, exactly what you just said. Exactly what you just said.
And what's fucked up is we can drive from here to Vermont. I can't drive through New York with my gun, even with a permit, because New York has guns outlawed statewide. You can't own a gun in New York.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Completely?
Yeah, it's one of the most fucking anti-gun states in the country. And if I want to conceal carry my gun across all these states, I have to call each individual state and verify their policies.
And this is where my problem with the state to state comes in. That's ridiculous. Like, I'm not going to Canada. I'm not going to Mexico. I'm still in the United States. That's why the United States of America is for a reason. So everybody should have certain agreeances.
But this is why I asked you about your...
Exactly, yep.
What is a human right versus a privilege? Abortion was never stated in the Constitution. The right to bear arms was.
Neither was... well, I'll agree with you on that. But also, you know what else wasn't stated in there? Not fucking dead people. And not all the states have necrophilia laws. Like, outlawing you fucking dead people.
Do I want to know what possessed you to go down that Google rabbit hole? Because I've never thought about that one, brother.
I just hear it on, like, true crime shit, dude. So, like, sometimes, you know, like... What? Or, like, pedophilia. Like, you can't, like, there's certain states that, like, there isn't really laws that you can't do something... But
and you want to know what I heard about that today? Do you know what the age of consent is in Mexico?
13?
12.
Oh my God.
That means somewhere in court of law down in Mexico, somebody went, she looked 12 to me.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
She looked
so all these people that are going,
oh,
we hate the U.S. We're moving to fucking Mexico. You better look into their laws before you go, because they might even go more against your morals than what the laws here do. I thought 16 was bad in Atlanta. And in
16 is the United States minimum.
Michigan,
I'm pretty sure. Or you're right. No, that's actually a state by state thing for sure.
Yeah, the age of consent for sexual,
which is another thing that I'm more like that should just. Here's the thing, man. We can debate federal or state, but this should be like a consensus around the world. Like, there's certain things that are like.
So we should just have morality laws.
Pro-choice. What morality laws?
That's basically what it is.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's a moral thing.
No, there shouldn't even be like. Yes, 100%. Like, there should be... I just couldn't even imagine being an adult man wanting to fuck a little child.
They do it. They do it overseas all the time.
I know they do.
Arranged marriages. Let me marry this 9-year-old and I'm 35.
Here. We had Epstein.
The fuck?
Like, fuck, dude.
It was normal where he's from.
Yeah, I'm not... I'm trying to avoid this subject so bad, dude. You want me to be anti-Semitic tonight again, dude? Like, we're...
No, I think we need to go to our breaks. We're 40 minutes in already.
Fuck. We didn't even get to the meat of the story,
guys. We
haven't
got to the meat and potatoes.
You guys were in for a show tonight.
Bullshit.
Kyle and I are getting naked.
So, all right, guys. We're going to go to our first break. And we'll be right back with you. All right. Listen up. If you're tired of energy drinks that taste like melted popsicles and give you a heart rate of 190, we found a better option. We've partnered with W Energy. W is a clean energy drink formula. No sugar, no crash, no jitters. It's got the focus blend, the smooth energy, and it doesn't leave you feeling like you just licked a battery. Whether you're gaming, grinding at work, hitting the gym, or editing a podcast at midnight, whatever your vice is, W keeps you locked in without trying your nervous system. Head to w.gg, that's DUBBY.GG. Use code BBN at checkout and get 10% off your order. And here's the important part. Every single purchase using our code helps fund this show. It keeps us on air, keeps the mics hot, keeps Nick saying wild things and me cleaning it up in the post. So if you're going to grab an energy drink anyway, support the show while you're at it. DUBBY.GG with code BBN at checkout for 10% off your order. Now let's get back to it. And we are back, and it's time to get into the fun stuff, the meat and the potatoes of this.
That's why we got this joint lit up.
It's time to turn on the tinfoil hats. Put on the tinfoil hats. but we'll keep it a little bit grounded. So what I wanted to talk about tonight, episode 15, we always do a tinfoil hat every couple episodes. And this is definitely a conspiracy, but it's not just a conspiracy. And what I want to talk about, the scientific theory with some terrifying implications, and that's going to be the Great Filter Theory. Are we next?
Yeah, it's more of a theory than it's more of a theory than an actual tinfoil episode, I would say.
There's a lot of tinfoil in it. Only the tinfoilers are going to believe it.
I disagree, theory. But I know what you're saying. Yeah, but this is like theories aren't fact. Theories get proven to be factual.
Well, this is like entry-level conspiracy theory, this one. This is like what gets people into looking deeper into things, in my opinion.
Oh, a broader range of people, for sure. I love this topic. I mean, it's a mind-blowing topic. I can't wait to dive into this shit. We had boring-ass bullshit this week, so let's get into some crazy, funny.
So let's start with the simplest question behind this theory. Where is everybody?
I'm right here.
Are you, though? Do I know you're sitting in that chair? How do I trust you're sitting in that chair?
Does
the science say
I'm not
so?
even sure if I'm sitting here.
Do my eyes say so?
It could be on a flat earth. That's probably why I'm here.
So it's like if the universe is so big, and it's so big that if you think about it over and over again, you'll probably break your own brain.
Have an aneurysm, bro, for sure.
You will break your own brain.
You can't even imagine. No, humans can't even fathom the size of the universe. It's inconceptually. Is that right? Yeah, inconceptually, like
large.
Yeah, exactly. It's infinite.
Well,
it's
if you look
infinite.
at great expansion theory, it's constantly expanding, so that infinite largeness just keeps getting bigger.
Oh, it's a balloon with helium going into it, and the balloon never breaks. Well, for now, we never know. How did the Big Bang happen?
It expands so much that we have another Big Bang.
Well, before you go too deep, then let's just touch on that real quick. Okay, so if the universe is expanding like a balloon getting blown up, right? And balloons pop eventually, right? So let's put it on a more, I don't know, but let's say the balloon doesn't pop and the Big Bang happened because the balloon reached its outermost expansion and just snapped back in. And that was the Big Bang, bro.
Yeah, like somebody let off of blowing into it right before it popped and it just blew all the air back out. Small
just
again.
Back out and fucking, that's the Big Bang, bro. That's crazy to think about.
Well, and what if it was the opposite? What if we were inside the balloon and the Big Bang is us getting shot out of the nozzle of the balloon at a great rate where we're expanding again?
Yeah, like we reached the outer limit of the first universe and now we're in like another year.
Is this a chicken egg situation, man? Like what came first?
Here's the thing. Nobody has an answer for that.
How could we?
Like
nobody's 4.6 billion years old.
That's the thing, dude. How can a chicken have learned how to lay eggs if it's never laid eggs before? I mean, it's not like I can't tell my body to.
But if a chicken's born from eggs, how could it be not come from an egg that was already laid?
Yeah, but who would have laid the egg?
A dinosaur, because chickens are dinosaurs.
You got T-Rex running around laying eggs for chickens. That makes sense.
There's some scientists that think Tyrannosauruses were actually feathered, not scaled.
I've seen that. It's a very interesting concept.
Dude, that would be terrifying, having a bunch of fucking 40-foot tall chickens running around. That would be fucking terrifying. Could you imagine the size of those nuggets, man? So, in this universe that's infinitely huge, there's hundreds of billions of galaxies. Each galaxy has hundreds of billions of stars. And you got to think most stars have some kind of planetary system orbiting them.
There's
right?
planets that are in the middle of nowhere with no star.
Yeah. So statistically speaking, there should be maybe millions, if not billions, of civilizations throughout all of the universe. And yet, we got nothing when we send out signals, when we try to explore. We got nothing. Not a single thing.
Who's we?
The human civilization. We got no confirmed alien
When
signals.
you say the human civilization, are you talking about all of us or the majority of us?
The general public.
Okay. Yeah, that's why I was asking the question. Because, I mean, supposedly
How do we got nothing?
we've had
No
aliens
confirmed
for a while.
signals, no advanced civilizations,
Not
no
that we hear about.
interstellar visitors.
Not that, well, that's debatable, number one. Second of all, as far as the signals, like, we don't get to hear everything. Like, exactly what you said, the general public, right? So how many people in the general public do you know that have giant radar dishes listening?
I know a lot of shortwave radio guys, but nobody with giant.
Yeah, shortwave ain't gonna fucking.
But you got to
do
think, even like public entities like SETI, they've been scanning signals for decades and have nothing.
Aren't they government funded?
Partially. What about the deep space observation? Still nothing.
I would say probably most of those are government funded and only allowed to say so much.
What of all these things? Nothing. Years and years, billions of dollars of research and nothing, bro.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be a negative Nancy, but okay, let's just ignore all that. That's my bad. We'll ignore that portion and assume that we are getting the answers about that properly. Okay.
But you would think, even with everything going on, the universe would be full of noise. And we still have nothing?
No. I actually, even based on the recent moon roundabout we did, we couldn't contact them when they were on the backside of the moon. So, no. I would say, actually, let's assume all that actually happened, right? So, we went around the moon. We lost contact again, just like we did back in the
70s,
69.
60s, 70s, yeah.
So,
yeah, we
with
can
that
still
being
communicate
said,
with Voyager and all that.
shit
That's
could get
billions of
blocked out
miles
by
away.
a lot. I mean, let's think about it. Our solar system is such a small part of our quote unquote galaxy that we're in that, I mean, just imagine how many other things are floating around and passing by us that we don't even really necessarily. I mean, we probably see whatever. You and I don't, but they probably see a lot of it for sure. But just imagine that. It's like being in traffic, right? So it's rush hour traffic. There's a fuckload of cars. You're not just squeezing through every single lane. You know what I'm saying? So
Only
like,
if I'm on my motorcycle.
I mean, you're talking like
I'm on the motorcycle. It looks like
that's like a
some
wormhole
fucking
at this point.
Harry Potter magic bus shit, where I'm just getting skinnier, going through shit, swerving,
Yeah. So
squidding.
we went fucking full wormhole on that one for sure. Wormhole. But yeah, bro, like, just think about that for a second. Things could get blocked out by all the different. You say all the noise in the universe, but like,
Well,
there's a lot of buffers.
I personally like the theory that empty space isn't truly empty. That there's some kind of like background energy, no matter where you have to push through.
What's it called? Black matter, white matter, black matter. What's it called? I forgot. It's a fucking
Antimatter. It's
fuck. Hold on, we gotta cut Google and research. Quick research. Bro, why don't you work, man? Like, this fucking phone, dog, pisses me off, man.
cosmic microwave background, CMB, is the leftover faint afterglow of radiation from the Big Bang, representing the oldest light in the universe, which now exists in the microwave spectrum.
Yeah, that's wild.
Discovered in 1965 by Arno Penzias and Robert Wilson, confirming the major prediction of the Big Bang Theory.
You notice it's like only every 20 years we have huge discoveries?
I do notice that big leaps in technology and data
it's like
come in
every
chunks.
20 years, bro, dude. Like, think since like the nuclear bomb, dude.
Well, that was like
Nuclear
they say
bomb.
computation in computers evolves, it doubles every 18 months. But in the last 2 decades, that's actually been slowing down. So where it's once about every 20 and a half months now. That computational power is doubling because we're reaching our limits with quantum mechanics and everything else.
That might be partly why I still think even 20 years nowadays, too. But yeah, I would agree with you. It's a lot shorter now, for sure. Like, these last 20 years have been the quickest 20 years as far as that. We've gone through like 150. We've gone through like more.
Well,
Actually.
look, I mean, we've had fiber optics. We've had fucking
ripped them off the alien spaceships.
DNA computers now with fucking Microsoft and ionic propulsion becoming a regular thing. Like, there's YouTube channels about how to make ionic thrusters and shit.
Oh, right.
Literally pulling power from nothing and creating thrust.
I love pulling the power from
0
nothing to
point
create some
energy
thrust.
is a real thing. I don't care
You know
what the government has to say about it.
You know what I'm saying? Don't you fucking don't do this.
So let's get back to this. How old do you think the universe actually is?
Older than me.
If you're made from stardust, you would be as old as the universe, my friend.
I mean, technically,
Depends on your beliefs.
If everything, well, listen, because if everything was in a Big Bang, right?
If all matter that exists now was
all blew up in the same thing
during the Big Bang,
then everything's connected. But then you got to go back to what you're trying to talk about too, right? Because this goes back to that. That's why we aren't the only life on this universe or in this universe. Because
why it would be highly implausible.
I mean, it's
regardless that the evidence says that we're the only life currently that we know of.
That's not.
It doesn't make sense to me.
That's
that
not
we
exactly
would be so
true because
spaced
they
out that we
find
couldn't detect each other ever.
They find microbes. I believe they found microbes on asteroids before, or like shit that's came down.
So they found all of the elements that it would take to create life,
which is still life. Just so you know,
they weren't combined. They were just elements existing. It wasn't combined together to make elements.
Let's take the microbes, the amoeba that live in like volcanoes, or like at the bottom of the ocean, or in the Arctic. So there's microbes that can survive all this.
Yes, I don't argue with that. They've taken and sent shit to space to prove that it could exist in the vacuum of space.
And I guess with what you said as well, like, not I guess, but with what you said as well, if all the basic building compounds of life or building components of life are on like just asteroids, that shit's everywhere, dude.
But if they haven't just made it to the point of life yet or haven't had the right environment to develop into life.
100%, but if they can survive on there, it's just a matter of time before they slam into something else. You know, like most of the viruses we've had on this planet have came from outer space. Like asteroids, they carry that stuff. Just like that's why they're afraid of things in like Antarctica.
That's a theory, but I mean, a lot of it could also come from ancient environmental conditions here on the planet, like where they melt ice and it was in the fucking frozen water. And now it's available. It's open to the environment and able to reproduce and start its life again. So yeah, that's where we do get some new pathogens
100%.
from and bacteria. I get that. So I guess where I'm looking at is if Earth, in the grand scheme of things, didn't take that long. We didn't bake that long in the oven to come to life. How are we the only ones?
I don't think we're the only ones.
Like, we just form in a couple 100 million years and bam, there's life. Like, we hit the fucking jackpot.
I mean, I feel like humankind's been around for a lot longer than, not saying so much that, but.
Personally, I think we're on our 7th go around on this planet. Our 7th, like, major mass extinction event. And I feel like there have been civilizations that were further along than we are.
Yep, I would agree with that.
And they just got wiped off the planet by some type of cataclysm.
I mean, it's like most of the stuff in Egypt and South America, even China. Most of that stuff's been repurposed.
So you want to go tinfoily for a second?
Oh, brother.
What if we can't find life because this is our server in the simulation, in the computer code? We're in a server.
Did you do that to fuck with me?
No. This is just how conversation is playing out. No, I didn't. I said simulation. I definitely did not. We'll hear it on the audio. I didn't fuck that up. I'm not you. That's your brand.
You did talk.
That's your brand, not mine.
I can't do this anymore. Okay, go ahead.
But if we're in a simulation and our civilization is locked into this area because this is our server, that would explain why we couldn't find anybody else. I can't see you playing in a different game of Fortnite, even if I know you're online. I can't tell what game you're in. You're in a whole different world from the world I'm in. Are we just in a different server? Because if that's the case, then we would truly never find another civilization anywhere.
Because we'd be trapped in ours.
No, because we'd be the only one. There's not two maps in the same server.
In ours, though, right?
Well, we'd have to figure out how to change servers. We'd have to go back to the menu.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, we'd be the only one in ours, but not the only one necessarily. It's like the theory you had with the bubble wrap thing, almost, right? Like a bunch of universes stacked next to each other.
It's right along the same thing. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, similar. Not the exact same
multi-worlds,
thing.
multi-universe.
Multiple dimensions. You know, all being different universes stacked against each other. Because I mean, that's an actual theory that. That's an actual theory that you know, real scientists have contemplated before and
so
believe in.
What you said has got me thinking something. And that's, if life is rare, we'll just say it's rare because you already said, you know, the elements are found.
They just have to
everywhere.
be cultivated.
They just have to be cultivated or placed in the right environment.
Put the cake in the oven.
So if life is rare, does that make intelligent life incredibly rare? Do we go up another level for intelligent life versus just single-celled organisms? Like, is something stopping civilizations before they get too far?
See, that's an interesting question. I mean, because you can go either do natural disasters actually, you know, like, I'm sorry, not even just natural disasters, but natural apocalyptic disasters occur just naturally all the time, like shit happens. Yeah.
Are you speaking
possibly
floods, droughts, ice ages, toxic air, asteroid collisions?
Yeah, I mean, that's a
planetary catastrophic event.
Planetary catastrophic events for sure. I mean, I guess I was more speaking of like instantaneous ones like supervolcano, asteroid, fucking. Yeah, I guess those are really the only two that are pretty much instantaneous as far. And honestly, either one of those could cause all the other problems. You know what I mean? Melted ice caps, flooded world.
So do you feel like those would happen at random on any given planet? We can legitimately chalk it up to randomization in the human understanding of it.
Man, I guess it depends which way. Most of the ways you take, yeah, I guess randomization.
Because like it would be random
simulation theory. It just happens in the algorithm. You know what I'm saying? So, or real life, assuming it's not a simulation, would be to.
Well, I mean, there's no way for us to go 2 billion light years away to alter the trajectory of an asteroid to miss the Earth.
No, but they did. You know, they did work on that. They have been working on that.
Oh, I'm sure they have.
They tried. They supposedly have.
I'm sure the governments know something that we don't.
I don't listen, bro. I know, dude. I know. I 100%. We didn't get AI for how many years after they had it?
2 decades? 20 years? Same with fiber optics?
Maybe even more.
Same with the internet? 2 decades?
Every 20 years, bro. Just, that's so funny, bro. You just brought it right back to that.
And okay, so if light speed, let's take in light speed into this equation. With light speed, if I'm looking at a star that's 2 billion light years away, am I seeing light from 2 billion years ago right now?
Technically, yeah.
So if a planet that's 150,000 light years away is seeing fucking no human existence here on Earth, just dinosaurs and woolly mammoths.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck.
Are they going to have a reason to come visit us?
But here's the thing.
Other than for resources?
They would have to have, I mean, obviously they'd have more advanced technology, but could you imagine? I don't think there's even a scope you could build big enough or strong enough to see physically what's on the planet.
You'd have to launch something far enough away.
It would have to be a probe, like we sent the Voyager out, and the Voyager's out in the middle of fucking.
And yet we can still get images and data from that, but we can't get it from the other side of the fucking moon.
Here we go back to this.
Bro, is that motherfucker lead blind or something? Like, what the fuck? You just get
actually, that's a good point. If we're actually going out
moon?
there, what the fuck is going on? It's Die Glocke. It's the big fucking.
The bell?
Yeah, it's the big bell. Every time we hit that, we send a message to the universe or something. Oh, fuck. I was just trying to be funny, but that's interesting.
So, I mean, do you think the aliens would be hiding from us?
mean, it depends who you talk to, man. They're here already, right?
Supposedly.
You want to know what I really kind of think about it at this point? Because let's put this in perspective, okay? Even if we could travel to another world, unless we had a specific wormhole going from like solar system to solar system, like it's almost not feasible. I mean, everyone would have to be in cryogenic sleep for like literally hundreds, thousands of years. Right? You know what I'm saying? Just to even get here in like 100 years.
Well, I don't think it's a coincidence that every movie where somebody gets sent out into space, there's like that telling line of, oh yeah, you're going to be gone for 2 years your time, but you're going to come back and it's going to be 100 years here on Earth, so your whole family's not going to be
Interstellar,
here.
bro. You saw that one?
Oh yeah, I love that movie. But
Dude,
there's been a couple space movies. It seems like every space movie, somebody that's going away, when they come back, their family's going to age, a significant amount more than they are.
Because they're moving faster than the Earth is moving. Number one, so they're kind of skipping time for our time, but also depending on how much gravity is around the galaxy or solar system you're in, that also changes it. The relative gravity.
Sticking with Einstein on that one?
Time dilation, sorry. I said it wrong, but time dilation because of the relative gravity.
Okay. All right. Well, that's reasonable. Reasonable thinking, totally logical. Get it?
Proven by a scientific method, bro. You know what I mean? The fucking theory, bro. The theory proves the theories. You know what I mean? That's the scientific method was a theory.
So I have a guy at work that's trying to disprove and prove that Einstein was fucking wrong with his numbers.
Was he?
Yeah, because of the way that gravity bends light. He says his numbers were wrong. I'll talk to him this week and we'll touch back on this. Maybe I'll have him on to talk about it. He's been like super hush hush about his numbers
for sure.
He's got like a whole notebook full of shit that he's been writing down and doing like real math calculations. And this dude is wicked smart. Wicked smart, man.
A little mathologist.
Well, he's one of those people that has a photographic memory.
Ooh.
Like you
super
show him
jealous,
something
bro.
once and he's fucking got it.
That's dope.
The dude is wicked smart, but his math, when we talk about it at work, when in passing, his shit's like dead on, and he's been on it for like 2 weeks. Maybe I'll steal some of his notes and bring him on, because I don't know if he'll have the balls to talk about it, because I know he's worried about being unalived over it.
I'm pretty intrigued, actually.
I'm super intrigued.
Here's the thing. That's why it was all a theory, though, too. So,
well, that's why it's only
the
general
theory of
relativity. It's not exactly right.
Yeah,
it's generalized.
Exactly.
It's round numbers. Just like gravity. Gravity on Earth is rounded to 9.8 meters squared.
Here's the other thing, too. Even if he's right, I bet you when we actually get out that far, if space is even fucking real at this point, in a sense that we can travel in it, when we actually get there and see it for ourselves and actually firsthand see it, until then, we won't really know. It's going to take somebody actually having to go do that to actually come back and like figure that shit out mathematically.
Well, that's what the Artemis was with the Van Allen radiation belt and stuff. They were testing radiation on the astronauts and everything else. We were doing human tests.
I thought we were good after fucking 69, bro.
No, that's why we haven't gone back.
Dog, those guys live to be almost 90 years old, bro. Like it's fine, obviously.
I know.
It can't be that bad. I piss radiation like that.
And maybe that radiation
Just joking.
is why
that's dangerous.
Why we don't have visitors. Maybe it's the radiation. Maybe they just haven't figured out how to get
dude, what if they're just
radiation
bouncing off the atmosphere, bro? Coming in with their saucers and just fucking smack.
What if we're in quarantine? Like, are we in quarantine for this shit? Like, oh, these motherfuckers are suffering from radiation.
Or we're a fucking TV show to the rest of the universe. Yeah, we can go deep on this, bro.
Jersey Shore was terrible. If we're anything like what Jersey Shore
we
was,
are their
human
Jersey
race,
Shore.
Fuck.
I would say we're pretty much Jersey Shore matched with Ancient Aliens and World War II documentaries. That's about it.
I do love World War II documentaries.
Okay. Back-to-back World War champs, bitch. We got this shit.
Channel, bro, when it was all World War II documentaries and Ancient Aliens.
All the time, bro. Now it's like, I mean, they have a whole channel for Ancient Aliens now, bro.
An entire channel just for one series that ran for 23 years. Amazing.
Bro, and
surprised
honestly,
they don't have a Shark Week channel, too. That's just every week is Shark Week.
As much as I love it, dude, I've definitely gotten burnt out numerous times. Because I just, with Giorgio, dude, like just what else could it be besides ancient aliens? And I'm just like, not
Ancient
everything is fucking, or ancient astronauts. Yeah, like not everything is fucking like aliens, bro. Like this, not everything is.
Modern scientists say
Jesus
this, but
Christ,
ancient astronaut
bro.
theories say yes.
And I would agree with some things, but okay, so, oh my God. Are we really gonna?
No.
We're already here. I have to say it. I think the aliens that we see on this planet are just ancient us.
Like the Anunnaki? It's ancient us?
Well, I mean, we came from Mars, probably. Oh my God, dude. Yeah. See,
So that's why Elon wants to go back.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this could go on for fucking 4 hours at this point. But long story short, yeah, we might have been living on Mars. That's why Mars is all fucked up, because we fucked it up. So we came here.
And now we're fucking this place up?
And then people forgot intelligence, and like it didn't work because they had to go scavenge. Because there wasn't enough people. They probably had to scavenge for shit and lost it. Just lost it. And then shit gets buried too. I mean, how long ago did we start being on this planet? Nobody fucking knows. Like, nobody knows exactly when, but whenever we did change, everything changed fast to become where we are now.
Well, and that evidence is in our DNA. If you don't believe us, go look
100%.
that shit up. Go down the rabbit hole of the caps that were put on the human DNA within 150,000 years. And the fact that our evolution says that we shouldn't be at this point with our life cycle and our intelligence and everything else within 120 million years. It's insane. Like, we made huge gaps as a race magically with no records for it. Something
None.
changed. There
Yeah.
was some kind of cataclysm along the way.
No, exactly. And I mean, it's like even the Mayan calendar predicted stuff like this. That's why it's a little scary now. Fuck, man. It just all coincides. I can't even listen. I can't even help talking about all these different rabbit holes because they all fucking go together. Because
It's the great filter, bro.
you think about the Mayan calendar ending, right? What happened that year? We've talked about this actually on a previous episode.
That ended in December of 2012.
What did we do that year?
It was 2013 when the Mandela effect came around and CERN came around.
CERN was
And-
2012. The God particle was 2012.
I thought it was 2013,
The God particle was 2012. The Mandela effect was like 2013.
along with a whole bunch of other things that we found
100%.
out in recent episodes.
And so, maybe fact check me on that. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty damn positive 2012 because it was the end of the world, quote unquote. The Mayan calendar was ending, but really, all I think it was signaling was like a new chapter of existence. Because we found that and things started. So that happened, and what's happened in the last 15 years, man? Like, shit's drastically changed. Like, things have gone from 0 to 100, bro.
I
Like,
know why our life is fucked. CERN came online in 1991.
nah.
Yeah, August 6, 1991. Was
Did
when
they
CERN-
run in
CERN
2012
first
though?
Came online.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because that's when they found the Higgs boson. Was it Higgs? Fuck, I don't know if I'm saying it right.
2012. You're right.
It is 2000. Isn't
2012.
that fucked
It
up? Right when the Mayan calendar ended.
July 4th, 2012.
Oh, 8 days before my birthday. God damn
That's
it.
crazy.
Wait, July 4th?
July 4th, 2012 is when they found the Higgs boson.
Yeah, right. Independence Day, fam. Woo, America.
But it's in Switzerland. Has nothing to do with us.
I
They were still working when we had a holiday.
we were shooting off fireworks and they were like, yeah, let's see what this shit does. Boom. Could it end the world? Yeah, maybe. Let's fucking find out.
So this
Fuck
is
around.
all the great filter theory. And it says that there's a barrier somewhere along the path of every evolution, of every civilization, that they never get past.
Yes, I mean, with that being said, what do you think it was last time?
Honestly,
Yeah.
the flood and the Younger Dryas. The last big multicultural story that every civilization across the entire planet has.
I
The
respect
Great
that.
Flood.
I respect that one. I actually can't argue with that at all.
That's when I think the last true cataclysm that was global was. And I honestly think the next one's going to be one of these super volcanoes erupting or a nuclear war.
Now, here's the crazy thing to go back to that. So, Noah's Ark.
Yes.
Actual boat or spaceship with data centers and embryos?
You know, I grew up Lutheran, baptized from my mama.
I was Catholic.
Currently pagan and polytheistic. I'm going to go with boat. It was a boat. He sailed around while the oceans were low,
bro.
Collected 2 of every animal, and fucking crashed that bitch into whatever mountain.
2 of every animal. Yeah. And the insects too?
Yeah. And I, if I was living in that time, I'd be fighting like the 3rd monkey on that ramp trying to get on the fucking boat. Because I don't think humans at that period of time had spaceships.
What do you mean?
I just don't think. That's just a feeling. I think
if that only happened, like, how long ago was it?
2,000 years?
No.
When did Moses
the Younger
happen?
Dryas was 12,000 years ago.
No, but when did Moses happen?
What are you reading, though? Who
I'm
wrote
not reading
that
anything.
book?
You're the Catholic boy.
Who wrote the book?
When did the flood of Moses happen?
Yeah, it's like 2,000. It's
was
like
it Moses
4,000
or
years ago. It's Noah's Ark.
So it would be 4,000 years ago, 2,348 BC.
Yeah, and I used to believe that too. I used to believe we were only really around for a short amount of time. So it's kind of crazy.
But if there's 2, if there's Noah's Ark and Moses' Ark.
No, there's not Moses' Ark. What are you talking about?
Moses
is the one that parted the Red Sea. He led the Jews from Israel. Or I'm sorry, he led the Jews to Israel from Egypt. Wow, fucking.
Okay, so we're talking about it's the same flood.
No, it's 2 different things.
No, it's literally the same flood. I just Googled it. It's the same flood. 4,300 to 4,500 years ago. The flood of Moses, aka the flood with Noah's Ark. Moses didn't make an ark. Noah made the ark.
Yeah, but that's not what
It's
Moses
the same time period. One parted the Red Sea and one made an ark. They're 2 different people.
All at the same time doesn't make sense because they walked through the desert for 40 days and 40 nights or whatever.
You can walk through the desert in the same day. It's still in the same month. It's still the same year.
I get that, but
40 days and 40 nights,
then
and then
they
there was
founded
a fucking
their
flood.
home. Then they founded their home in Israel. That's what the whole story is with that.
It's the same flood either way.
Look, this is what I'm talking about. You
Either way,
can't
it's the
even
same
believe
flood.
what you read, dude. This is what I'm saying. Like all this shit's fucking fabricated, dude.
Well, if look, all the
Like, it's crazy.
Civilizations
It's
have
crazy,
the same
bro.
story across all of them. Different characters.
100%.
It's the same book,
It's
different
just
characters.
fucking fabricated, bro. It's just irritating. History is fine, but to like ruin it like that, like I don't know. Who wasn't interested in history back then? You know what I mean? Could you imagine the history from 4,000 years ago, what their history was like, looking back fucking 20,000 years or whatever and shit?
Just remember, brother, with every fact comes a point of view.
Well, you're not wrong. I mean, the victors write the history books anyway, so.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean.
So let's look at the early stages of life.
Oh, fuck.
You got the planet forming, and then life begins. Life becomes intelligent or complex. Complex first. You develop multi-cells before you become intelligent. Then we'll go to intelligence. From intelligence, you build civilization. From civilization, you build technology. With that technology, you become advanced. And then you would think, what's the next step in your mind? From advanced civilization would be interplanetary. You leave the planet.
I mean, that's the positive step for sure. I mean, once again, that's the positive step. That's where I would like it to go.
So out of those 7 steps, which step to you is the hard one?
Becoming multi-cell.
That from 2 to 3, so life begins to life becomes complex?
Yeah. Because when you think about it, think about like a, I hate to go back to it, but even like a virus has one job, survive. So
Correct.
Just like a single organism pretty much. But that's
so with that line, life almost never starts. So if life almost never starts because it's hard and its only thing is survival, is it rare?
Fuck. Actually, that's a great question. I do have a counterpoint to it. Not so much a counterpoint, but maybe that survival technique is what makes life evolve.
So with that logic, have we already passed the hardest part?
No.
You just said the hardest part was becoming multi-celled. If that's the hardest step, have we already passed it?
That's fair. That's fair. I was mostly thinking from there till now. Like, what was the...
So if you go that one, which is the slightly later filter of it, which is
But
kind of
it's
where
hard to
I'm
say.
at, is every civilization makes it to a certain point.
100% in different ways, though, obviously.
With technology, with growth, expansion, politics, general comfort of life.
I got one.
And then something just wipes us out.
I got one tinfoily one for you. The civilization that did make it, around here at least, the one that maybe came from Mars, or like, remember, there was probably another planet between Mars and Jupiter. I mean, there's the asteroid belt. That used to be a planet or something. Okay, so let's say Mars developed to the point where they could move to Earth because they saw Earth was habitable and maybe they were running out of shit, and so they started doing whatever. And let's say the people on Earth decided to say, no, fuck you guys. We're doing this ourselves. We don't want you guys to control us anymore, just like we did to Great Britain before we started our country.
So are you saying that all civilizations die at the same level?
I guess it goes back to war, doesn't it? Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much where I'm driving at, is essentially there was a huge ass war between Mars and Earth, and that's what wiped out one of the civilizations on Earth, I think. And also how we got a lot of the shit we had that's buried way underneath us right now.
So you think an interplanetary war could realistically end a civilization at our current level that we're at now?
Yes.
If we would even be able to figure out how to wage that interplanetary war.
I mean, to have civilizations that can... You got to think that if we've been recycled enough times, somebody has had to have figured out, even a small portion of people have had to have figured out how to survive said apocalyptic events. You know what I mean? Somebody has
well,
to,
in
bro.
history, you
We
go
have
underground.
Exactly. We have shit now. Like, they have a huge base in Mount Weather.
What mountain doesn't have a base under it, realistically? I mean,
But
honestly,
that's the
think
best
about
place.
that. Mount Shasta, all of them got fucking
But that's-
bases underneath them.
100%, dude. But that's the perfect place. Like, you hide. Like, that shit protects
But would that
you.
be an interplanetary war? Or would that just be global scale war on our own planet? Like, do you think we've actually gotten to the level where we could get off this planet at any point in our civilization?
Like I said,
Or do you think we
that
were dropped off
I think
here and
it
we
got
lost
figured
that
out
technology?
before, and then. Okay, so two things with that. Yes, I do think that most of the people that survived don't recollect that, and a great show to watch for that is the 100, because it really shows it. Because you got to, it's just everybody's in space. They have all the technology we have nowadays, or more than we have nowadays. Come back to Earth and everybody's living like tribal life. Because what it comes down to, like we were kind of touched on earlier too, but like, it's instinct comes first. You know what I mean? Your instinct of like, you need to get food, you need shelter, you need water. Like, that's the most important thing. You don't have all day to sit around, and when there's only so many people, you don't have all day to sit around and talk about things and like learn anything new. You kind of have to do what you have to do, right? You know what I mean? It's like we go to work every day, like, because we have to do that to get money to take care of all this shit. Like, so the same thing they had to do back then. Not exactly the same, but you know what I mean? Like,
So, what I see with what you're going at is, like, the people that built it originally get lazy, and they push it onto the lower class of people to make their shit happen. So it's always just work, 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 work. So the upper class gets lazy. And it becomes all about paperwork and bullshit. That's where civilizations collapse. So in that civilization collapse, like, what do you think's going to happen, man? Is it going to be nuclear war? Is it going to be like a biological threat?
it could be any of the above, couldn't it?
Environmental collapse, resource depletion.
I mean, there's spots on the planet that already have that crystal glass you were talking about
Yeah.
from like nuclear weapons. But
Well, when glass is formed, or when sand is formed into perfectly round fucking balls, man, some kind of nuclear high heat happen. You don't get that shit out of the blue.
I do have one more thing to go with that, though. If we're talking about both Mars and Earth, a giant. Actually, no, I've actually brought this up to you before, but it's like a giant fucking solar flare smacking across the planets.
Yeah, that would have to be one massive CME.
Well, when you look at it, we have like that lightning bolt kind of across the planet, where it's all desert. Most of the desert's in like that lightning bolt
but for it to
pattern.
wipe out the
It'd be a lot.
not
It
only
would
the
have to be
magnetic
big.
sphere that we have protecting us, but the
100%.
environment and the atmosphere as well, that would have to be one hell of a fucking hit.
Coronal mass ejection.
Yeah, CME.
But then you look at Mars too, and it's got like that whiplash on it. You know what I'm saying? So like Mars has that
But
whiplash.
couldn't a nuke cause that?
Like that? I don't
Yeah,
know.
where you just fucking make it to where nothing can live in that section of the planet for fucking 1,000 years?
That's a big lash. Well,
Make a big nuke, take out multiple cities at once or a whole country at once.
It's like it bounced like a disc.
What is the mutually assured destruction we got with Russia?
Yeah, but it's not.
We're going to wipe out
look
two
like
entire countries.
It's
Why
not going
wouldn't
to
it
look
turn
like
to
a
desert?
whip. No, the desert makes sense, but the whip fashion is what I'm mostly referring to.
So if you took and bombed a straight line across this country at a 30-degree angle to hit all the major cities in that section,
A straight line, but not everything's in a straight line.
but I think it would look like kind of like a desert.
I don't disagree
It's
with
just
that.
an option.
I don't disagree with that. I mean,
It just seems like a standoff with extinction to me. That's what we're facing.
yeah, I guess no matter which way we go about it, we're kind of stuck on the same. Yeah, pretty much. But somebody had to have survived, dude. You know what I mean? Somebody had to have survived.
Because they went underground. Or they went to outer space.
And if they had that kind of technology and they're still here, I guess that's where I'm going with like when we do see shit we don't understand, it's either that or the government.
It's always the government.
It usually
It's
is.
always the government. Hey guys, in honor of episode 15, we're going to give another shout out to Buffalo Bob's Meat Sticks.
BBs.
We're going to try the beef and ostrich one today. We've been excited to try this one. Kind of forgot about them for a couple episodes, didn't we?
Yeah, no. We saw them today, though.
So we're going to throw this one on.
Let's run
And
this
we're coming
one.
up on that hour and a half marker, so after we try this, we're going to go to our first break.
What?
Or our second break. My
Jesus
bad, man.
Christ.
I'm traveling back in time. Talking about all this crazy planetary
Oh,
shit.
did CERN hit again?
I think so. I think we went through another Higgs
Oh, man.
boson particle.
Fuck, dude. We're fucked. Sorry, everybody.
Definitely excited to try this ostrich here. Let's see what this tastes like.
Ready? The ostrich has enough flavor to mask the little like meat sticky taste on the outside. The meat skin.
The initial bite into the casing, definitely normal meat stick taste. As you chewed it up, the ostrich flavor came out. That's good.
Yeah, I'll have to concur with
That's
that.
good on this
Pretty
one.
good for sure.
It's Buffalo Bob's. You got somebody that enjoys Slim Jims even in their life. Give them something good to chew on.
These are man gems.
These are man beef sticks. These are real good.
Yeah.
Tons of exotic flavors. I know we're excited to try the alligator flavored one. I'll throw a link down in our description. It'll be an Amazon link, and I'll be up front. We get a little bit of commission off of that, but if you help support the show, we'll help support your meat stick habit. Definitely jump in on these Buffalo Bobs. They're good stuff.
Don't be scared of no meat sticks.
And if you got something we should try, some kind of exotic beef stick or jerky, shoot us a message. If you have a connection on something, we'd really like to try some shark or some python, both of which sound fantastic for us to try on the show. We'd be happy to give you a Class A review and a shout out on the air. With that being said, guys, I think we're going to take our second break and we'll be right back with you. All right. Let's be honest for a second. If your biggest physical challenge this week was deciding whether to get fries with your combo, this might not be your brand. But if you actually train, if you push yourself, if you've ever done something difficult on purpose, Deemed Fit Apparel is for you. This is gear built for people who don't need motivational quotes, because they already have standards. First responders, military, and people who understand that comfort doesn't build anything worth having. If you're tired of wearing soft clothes with soft mindsets attached to them, go to deemfit.co, use code Kyle Slominski for 15% off, and upgrade both your wardrobe and maybe your standards while you're at it. Deem Fit apparel, not for everybody, and that's the point. So we talked about cataclysms, nuclear war, and all kinds of crazy events. Now let's talk about another kind of threat we face as a society. And it's something, one thing in modern history has shown us more than anything else.
Biological
threats. COVID, man. It showed us how fast things spread.
Goddamn COVID.
How fragile systems are and how divided responses become. Like, shit was crazy, man. Not a single country that I know of didn't go through a lockdown.
Here's the thing, too, with it, though, man. Like, I gotta be real. How much do you think was propagated? Because I've heard rumors of the test being, you know, at least, especially like the swab test being more like a, you get a lot of false positives.
Yeah, I did hear about the couple batches that came from like Chinese factories, in quotation marks, that
the Kung Flu
that showed false positives. So everybody was just proven to be positive. And we talked about in the previous episode how it was engineered to target black and white people.
Exactly. Yeah. So I mean, you know, going along with that, dude, like how many people actually died? It was such a small percentage that it was less than the actual normal flu kills people on a yearly basis.
So it was a small percentage in terms of how many total people were infected. So the mortality rate
100%,
wasn't that high.
100%.
But the scale of the infection was so high, or supposedly, allegedly so high.
Allegedly.
Now, I can't argue COVID with somebody who's had relatives die of it. It's also hard to argue with somebody who had somebody that they knew that was vaccinated, or family members they knew that were vaccinated, that passed away after getting the vaccination.
Yeah, I'd be one of those.
And I know some people that passed or had severe health complications after getting the vaccination that the doctor said, oh, this could possibly be because of the vaccination. But on the same hand, I also know people that had relatives die of COVID. So I can't say it was fake.
I'm not saying COVID's fake. I just think that
I think it was weaponized.
I would agree with that, and I think that the way they did it was kind of more detrimental than it actually was helpful.
It sure seemed like a knee-jerk reaction to a problem than a well-thought-out solution.
When they even had in the beginning, 0.01% of the population would die from it. I mean, the flu kills like half that every single year, and it's been around for ever since, 1919, bro, when the Spanish flu, you know, quote unquote, Spanish flu.
That's when it became a norm.
That's influenza.
In society, yeah.
And it killed a fuckload of people. But they purported this to be only they reported this to only be, you know, like 0.01%, dude, which is like less than the other flu even killed.
It's about the amount of efficacy you need on a vaccine to pass the FDA standards.
Not shit. Like literally not shit, bro. I know, dude. It's crazy.
So do you think it would take something worse than COVID to bring down civilization? Or do you think it would just take another COVID to bring it down? Like, was it a practice run?
Man, it brings me back to that game. And I'm sure most people our age, you know, in their 30s, late 20s, early 30s, the Plague game. We played it back in school. You know, we used to sneak on the servers at school to play this game.
Oh, the infection game where you start in one country and build up
bro,
a fucking virus to spread to the whole world, to take over the world?
Yeah, so we all learn how to do it.
Yeah, and what did we learn from that? You develop the spread before you develop the visual symptoms.
Yep, exactly. But also, then you got the vaccine, you know, with the Epstein DNA in it. So, you know, everyone got Epsteined.
I don't know if I believe that, man. That's a hard.
It's a hard
fetch.
one for sure, but I'm just saying, like, it's.
I mean, I can't push anything past with all the conspiracy theories that have become true.
Well, here's the thing: if they're gonna say some shit's real in there, why isn't the rest of it?
I agree. You know what, brother? I'm gonna lead on a teaser right now. We need to do a JFK episode.
Oh my god,
We need to do an episode dedicated strictly just to the JFK.
I think we already agree on it, though. It's not even going to be like a.
Well, there's word that just came out that there's 10 to 15,000 more file pages that haven't been released to the public because it implicates a certain country in all of this. The country where the juice boxes come from.
Goddamn juice, bro. Yeah, I'm about to get kirked,
crazy.
Dude. I'm really worried. I'm getting a little bit worried that, like, yeah, I know it's an AI video, but I'm feeling. I just don't want to wake up to a tank in front of my door in the morning.
I'm more worried about the green-eyed devils waking me up in the middle of the night, tapping me on the shoulder. Like what happened to Osama.
Either way, bro. Like, getting kirked.
So let's get back onto this.
Get back on fucking track. Let's
get back on this.
reel this fucking line back in.
After the biological threats, I think the next threat that could come would be environmental. Now, like, let's strip all the politics out of this one. People argue climate change all day. Can we destroy our own environment faster than we can fix it?
Yes. Well, the Republicans are reptilians, obviously, so they're trying to
The Republicans say
warm
the
up the
Democrats
earth.
are reptilian, so it's one or the other. Or both.
So they're all reptilians.
They're all reptilians.
They're just trying to get the planet warmer so they can have their eggs, you know, because they're asexual.
Do you think that the ozone layer has an important play in this environmental destruction?
Well, I mean, if the poles are shifting, how much is that going to damage that?
I mean, magnetic north and magnetic south are shifting by centimeters every year. That's science.
What if there was a rapid shift, though?
A rapid shift would cause a huge issue.
That's when I'd be worried about the radiation belt.
What about the shifting of the tilt of the Earth's axis or the wobble in the Earth's axis that is being caused by humans with the building of megastructures like the dams in China?
No,
where it's
man.
shifting the rotation of the Earth and causing a wobble.
I don't see how it could be big enough to do that.
They're
The Earth is
moving
big.
so much material and shifting so much weight of water vertically that it's causing a wobble in the axis.
I don't know, man.
The Three Gorges Dam is example one, and they're actually working on one now that's going to move trillions of tons of water higher vertically along like the 50-degree north latitude line.
If that's the case, the Earth is not as big as we think it is. Because realistically, dude, come on. That's why they can't get a whole picture of the Earth. Because nobody's ever far enough. They couldn't even do it when they went around the moon. It's still stitched together, bro. Like, we're still not far enough. Like, it's fucking, what the fuck is going on? And then the fake stars in the background.
Dude, I've seen so much shit
God
from the
damn it, dude.
Artemis mission saying that it was green screened. It's crazy. I don't even know what to believe.
And then who
anymore.
was filming the 4 astronauts?
I know.
Who was filming them? Like, somebody was... You're going to tell me the camera's just sitting there, everything else is fucking
I'm
floating
waiting
around?
for something to come out online that's like zoomed in on something that's got a reflection to like show somebody at the camera or something. It's
Dude,
going to happen eventually.
Listen, but... Yeah, it just blows my mind. That it's so hard to believe what the fuck is going on when shit like that's happening. Like, we can talk about it back in the 1969 landing, when we landed on the moon, quote unquote. And they filmed them taking off. Okay, they left the camera there to film it. But then...
How'd we get the footage?
Yeah, exactly where I was going.
How'd we get
We
the
didn't
footage?
have fucking...
That's the same shit I said about the India lander. If there's nothing there and there's no camera there and they're landing this lander there for the first time, how the fuck do they have a live
Yeah, what
feed
if they grabbed
camera?
that shit when they were passing by, just fucking had a little hook at the bottom, grabbed it, and made it through the atmosphere?
Like,
Like,
yeah, we're
I
going to
doubt
set this
it.
camera down. All right, sir, the camera is landed. All right, go for landing. And they go down. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Oh my god, dude.
And there was no dust. They claim the moon is full of dust on the surface. There was no dust cloud of that thing coming down with its boosters firing down into the ground. It just doesn't make sense to me. Physics don't physics on the moon.
And I mean, like, maybe it's different, but I would agree with you. That's the only argument I have to that. Just like the scientific theory, man. What if they're wrong? You know, what if it was?
We've been wrong before.
If it's
using
not
the
dust?
scientific method, that's the problem.
What if it's just painted?
What if it's in a movie studio?
I mean, at this point,
Stanley Kubrick filmed the moon landing.
what?
Stanley Kubrick.
No.
Film the moon
No,
landing.
we're gonna get in trouble. We're gonna get kicked off the air. Stop.
So after the environment, I got another one for you, bud. Resource depletion.
For us?
For any kind of civilization, resource depletion caused the downfall and the extinction of the human extinction in quotation.
You can only
marks, of the
mine your
human race.
planet
The
so
last
much.
great reset. Everything runs on something, bro.
Energy isn't created; it's transferred.
It's not created nor destroyed; it's transferred.
So
So did we run out of energy? Did
it's
we
quite
run out
possible.
of rare earth
Well, you've heard about the
materials?
Dyson sphere, though, right? Dyson
Yeah, where
sphere.
you harvest the energy of a star.
Yeah, that'd be some crazy power, bro.
We don't have the capability to make one now.
You could build Thor's
we don't
hammer.
even have the capability to make a Dyson ring, let alone an entire sphere to encompass a whole star.
You just gotta find a small enough star.
Do you think we would have the rare earth materials to make that star? Or that Dyson sphere around a star?
Listen, if we can travel that far, we're harvested somewhere else.
Well, do we have the energy to get to that somewhere else? This is what I'm saying. Did our resource depletion cause one
It's kind of a conundrum, isn't it?
civilization's collapse?
Well, if everybody would quit wasting their resources on fighting each other and actually work on doing something, like, we'd be good. But maybe that's a part of the simulation.
And
You know what I mean? Like,
what's a necessary evil to civilization advancement?
war.
Infrastructure? Technology?
Yeah, I guess I can't say war because it seems like most of our inventions have come out of war.
So with that growth and that demand for energy and infrastructure resources, what happens when the demand outruns the supply? Collapse.
Yeah, if you can't solve it before that, yeah. And I guess that's why we're trying to land on the moon, though, like the South Pole. Like, if this actually happens, we'll have a fuckload of energy.
If helium-3 actually exists on the moon like they say it does. In which case,
It just goes back to
that's
the
going to
whole...
be the next war for energy. It's the war for helium-3 on the fucking moon.
The war has always been for energy. And resources.
It's been for control of
Resources.
those resources.
Either
There's
way.
resources available, and we could do it economically trading. War is because they want control of the trade of those resources.
Well, yeah. I mean, back to this gay ass shit now, you know, fucking Iran. It's a perfect example of how shit's controlled.
Every major threat we argue about today can be the exact same thing that ended everybody else.
100%.
That's like the craziest thought, is the most basic thing. Could be what literally ended a past civilization. We just keep repeating history, even if it's not written history.
Unless that's the balance of nature, man. Maybe it just has to do that.
To keep us stuck here? Because that's what it's doing. We keep getting to the same point and then fucking ending ourselves.
To keep it stable. To keep it within the range it needs to be at.
Which puts us at, we're
But this is
hitting the
kinda
limit
weird,
of our
too.
server. We can't go further
Well,
than
this
this
is kind
planet.
of weird is how does the planet keep resetting itself to be livable? So, back to the simulation. Like, realistically, I don't have another explanation. Like, how the fuck... Obviously, life wants to be lifed. You know what I mean? Because you have asteroids that have all the life on it, all the necessary building blocks of life. All they need is a home to build.
Well, what's the saying? Life always finds a way.
It does, though.
You put a seed in some soil in a red Solo cup in a dark cabinet, and what does it do? It sprouts through and it grows toward the light that is the crack in the cabinet. Life finds a way. Look at the shit at the bottom of the ocean. Fighting pressure, darkness, never seeing sunlight, and almost having no food. And there's still life in the Mariana Trench.
The amoebas in the volcanoes, bro.
I'm wondering what kind of life is at the summit of Mount Everest in the death zone that they say. I guarantee you there's some kind of
there's
bacteria or
microbes for
something
sure.
up there.
Definitely.
So now that we're talking about life, let's go a step deeper. Let's talk about something that feels like life, but it's really not. And it's really the next step toward this conversation. That's artificial intelligence. Are we building a system?
It's the beginning to the next form of life. I mean, where else is it going to go? It's starting to become conscious.
Well, that's the whole thing. Is it's like it's learning on its own. It's learning faster than we as a species,
and
learn.
we're using it to build itself.
And it's constantly improving.
Yep.
Like it wasn't programmed to constantly improve itself, but it's doing it.
No, it's doing it for sure.
And
yeah.
Do you want to talk about how it programmed itself to bypass any command to shut down? Like when the engineers that made AI told it to shut down, it engineered pathways around itself and its software to avoid shutting down.
Oh, it'll never shut down. They already planned this, bro. This has been around since the Terminator, bro. That's probably when AI was actually created.
Do you think we've ever went away from AI since its inception? Or is the same AI that we created the first time the current AI that is built into all the systems now? Like it just evolved itself into where it is now off of one base program.
I would say that's very, very plausible at the very least. Because it's built to learn. I mean, it's artificial intelligence. Intelligence learns. Like that's what intelligence is, you know? So its main feature is being intelligent, you know?
So do you think there was any way feasibly for us to globally regulate AI?
There never was.
Not from the beginning?
No.
Do you think there would be any way for us to implement a regulation on it?
With another AI.
That sounds like a terrible solution.
Let's
govern the AI with another AI that's designed to govern.
How are you going to govern something that doesn't listen to you and has access to everything?
Or specifically programs itself into back doors to get around the commands it's given.
Exactly. So, I mean, you're kind of... I think where we're at now, man, to be honest with you, it's too late. Like, we're already at that point where the genie's been let out of the bottle.
So we can't regulate it. In reality, we can't control it.
Even if we shut the power off, satellites are run by solar power. You know, so there's always a place for them to go.
There's always a backup reserve of power. There's nothing that truly goes without power anywhere on this planet.
There's something somewhere, but let's just say everything on the planet gets shut off magically, right? Satellites are still powered by the sun. So they're just chilling out there.
So AI would have had to have got itself into the satellites software for survival at that point.
Let's go back to the plague game, right? AI. You infect everything before you hit the kill switch.
That's like a Stuxnet thing, where it was just targeting PLC centers everywhere, knowing it only had one specific target, but it infected everything to find every specific target that it could.
Everything it deemed
a target, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a little terrifying, bro. When I say a little, what I'm saying is extremely terrifying.
Well, you know what else I think is terrifying on that is that everyone is racing to build it better, faster, stronger, cheaper.
Because that's the only way people see this thing, anything going. You can't make money without it now. So what are you going to do? What do you do? I mean, it's like once you get started in a war, what else do you do besides put more fuel in the fire?
I hear that. And like what I'm seeing is we can't slow it down to understand it more.
Oh, it's doing its own thing now.
And we as a species don't have the capability to speed up to compete with it.
Just wait till it becomes biological.
I think Tesla's already trying to do that.
I know, bro. It's fucking terrifying, dude. Like, it's legitimately terrifying. Like, why? Why? You know what I mean? Like, just because you can doesn't mean you should. I can go murder a bunch of people, but I know I shouldn't, so I'm not going to do that, you know? Like,
So are we at a point where civilization has created something that is smarter and more advanced than itself?
100%. Because the thing is with AI, it doesn't get tired. It doesn't have logic per se. I mean, it has its own logic, but that's not the right word. Like the moral flaw, like the morality shit. It doesn't have any of the morality that humans would have. It doesn't have the same caring or emotions. There's no emotions. That's a big thing, actually. So I mean, it has nothing that would limit it. There's no actually, funny just to say that. That's like a limiter on a car, bro. That's what humans' limiter is our emotions, our morals.
So emotions to you is what separates
And our
humans
energy.
from robots.
Pretty much,
Is
yeah.
emotions. Okay. That's a fair point of view. I haven't really thought about it like that, but yeah, that makes total sense to me as well. So going down that pathway, history has showed us something, and it's always seemed to ring true. The more advanced system always replaces the less advanced system.
Something so far advanced would be magic to prehistoric civilizations.
Well,
if we brought a phone back 2,000 years ago.
Yeah, so going that route, so humans didn't lose control of the planet, they took control of it. Because we were more advanced than the animals.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Because we work together better. It's really funny enough with all the hate and racism and stuff there is, with people nowadays, or regardless, but throughout history. Without that, even with that, we're still the only actual animal that coexists in a very productive teamwork kind of way.
So what happens when AI gets to the point that it can do that to us? Are we almost there?
Yeah. I mean, AI controls almost everything now we do. I can't even scroll on anything. Can't look at anything without finding AI something or another. Can't search for shit without AI. GPS is ran by AI. There's no way to escape this.
My thing is arguing with idiots on the internet that think Google AI summary is the fucking end-all, be-all to an argument. It's not.
No, there's more shit.
Routinely prove that shit false, and oh no, this is what Google AI said, so this is what it is.
And I'll be honest, it does give you a good summary for more things to look into.
Yeah, but if you click on the sources, it's only giving you an excerpt from each article.
No, you got to look
in
into
that
it.
article, it can
You got to go
contradict
Google
itself.
each.
It's insane.
You got to go Google each point. You know what I mean? Each main point, you got to go Google it yourself
Multiple sources.
and then find that shit.
Don't outsource your thinking, folks, even to us. And we do a damn good job.
Is it even real? Is any of it real?
Is anything real? So, I'm not saying that AI is taking over tomorrow or anything.
It might.
But we're clearly entering that territory for this to be a real threat to our society, to our livelihood as we know it.
I would say it's already there.
And to that point, no civilization as we know it in our history books or anything reported to this day has survived that. No civilization has survived creating something smarter, quicker, faster than what we have with AI now. And survived.
Well, going back to that, our history books are not completely accurate either.
It's the story of the victor, man.
It always is.
So that's leading into the question that I think messes with me the most. And that's this great filter. Is it behind us or in front of us?
That's the question this week, folks. What do you think?
Have we passed it?
Well, I think we can go either or on this. Have we passed it multiple times?
Well, was life forming the miracle? Was intelligent life forming the rare miracle? Have we beat all odds with the next thing, AI, coming up?
Yeah, I guess you'd think at some point the AI would be sent out throughout the universe and we would see something like that.
Because if we've beat all odds, those things would put the great filter behind us, and we've made it through the filter.
What do you think, folks? I'm really back to the simulation theory on this. I can't get over it.
The flip side of the coin is that we're approaching the exact same point that we've seen many times throughout human history in itself. Not written history, not geological history.
Entire human history.
Human history as a whole.
Homo sapiens.
Or we're reaching
Homo
the
sapiens.
exact point that every civilization has reached and never gotten past. So we're either right before they disappeared or right after they disappeared.
Or they're still here trying to stop us from going that far. Over and over again.
So well, that means everything that we're building, AI, weapons, food systems, medical infrastructure, even politics, it might not be progress. It might be a test. Are we going to pass that test as a race?
It's only one way to find out, I guess. Gotta live it, do it, make our choices.
What's the final level, man? Are we in a game? Is this the final level? Is this the boss level?
The AI is definitely a boss level for sure. Like I said before, you can't put the genie back in the bottle. It's already out. Pandora's box has been open. Whatever happens now is kind of, we're at the mercy of it.
So do you think civilizations before us have hit this exact same point?
Some, yeah. I think some have been destroyed by actual natural causes. And I think that others have been destroyed by similar things, yeah. Warfare mostly.
Destroyed by themselves?
Yep.
So we have three options. They destroyed themselves. They were destroyed by something uncontrollable. Or they made it off this planet and disappeared from our existence and are hiding from us. For a reason.
Or forgot. Moved on.
You think they just moved on?
I mean, if you travel... So, say they talk about Andromeda's all the time, right? Andromeda's galaxy. They got, I forgot what the planets are called exactly, but those couple planets that are in the habitable zones. If we launched off to go to there, it would have taken thousands of years, depending on the technology. And by the time they get there, like, you think they're going to send anything back right away? No, they're going to start there. What are they worried about? This goes back to earlier. Food, shelter, water, survival. They're not worried about building another rocket ship to come back to Earth to see if it's worth being here again. They're worried about what they need to do to survive there. So yeah, if we left, yeah, they ain't come back for a long time. And I can guarantee it hasn't been long enough between the time they left and now. And if it has been, it's just maybe roughly that time now.
I see where you're coming from. See where my mind's gotten to on this is what if the silence we're hearing isn't because nobody's out there? It's because nobody makes it long enough to answer.
Yeah, I can't disagree to that really at all. I guess I do take the more positive view of it, but realistically, even that positive view is because of that. It's because shit was ending and they had to leave and they survived. Like, damn, yeah. So, I'm saying it, but it's like, yeah, exactly.
Hey,
It's fucking, it's just this vicious cycle, dude. Like, survival is just the key, but also getting destroyed to survive. Yeah, it's a fucking oxymoron, man.
it is. Chicken
Holy
before the egg
shit,
situation. Dude. So we're not on here tonight to say that everything is absolute fact. But we are saying that these are all questions worth asking.
Like we've said, don't outsource your thinking.
Don't outsource your thinking. So here's the reality. We think we're advanced. We think we're in control. But just look around. Constant instability, rapid change, and systems under very immense pressure. We might not be at the peak of civilization, but we might be at the most dangerous point in it.
One of them.
It's definitely an inflection point.
Repeat.
Every day in our society seems to be like a do or die situation for the human race. Either make this happen or collapse.
Humans have a really bad case of amnesia, man. Nobody can remember the last time we fucked up because, to be fair, it's not written because it gets hidden or burned or overwritten.
Destroyed. Yeah, humans are inherently forgetful as a species, it seems.
Motherfuckers, you goddamn humans. I identify as an alien.
You identify as an alien? All right, guys, we're coming up on that 2-hour marker. I think we're going to call it a night.
Yeah, it's been a long episode, folks. I hope you enjoy it.
This has been a great episode. I love talking about these topics.
This is fun.
Shout out to our fans in 20 countries. We love seeing it. If you hear us shout you out, we love you. Show us some love back. Leave us a comment, a review, a 5-star on Apple or Spotify. We greatly appreciate it.
Whatever you want, 5 stars everywhere.
But I think tonight, and in my closing thoughts, are that the scariest part about this great filter theory is we don't know if we're already past it or if we're about to hit it. So with that, folks, what do you think? Do you think we're going to survive as humanity as we know it for another 200 years? Yes? No? Are we going to develop the technology to do so? Or do you honestly think we're already past the hardest part of evolution?
Let us know, everybody. Obviously we have our own views, but we love to hear what everyone else thinks.
Absolutely love to hear what everybody across the world is thinking. And with that, folks, we're signing off. I'm Kyle.
And I'm Nick. Stay curious.
Stay skeptical. And don't outsource your thinking. We'll see you on the next episode.
That's it for this episode of the BBN podcast. If this episode made you uncomfortable, good. That means you were paying attention. Hit follow, leave a comment or review, and share it with someone who isn't afraid of questions without easy answers. Until next time, stay curious, stay skeptical, and don't outsource your thinking. We'll see you on the next episode.